Welcome to Cycl'n Vancouver. My name is Steve. I'm a 57-year-old guy, 6'5", around 250 pounds, who enjoys hockey, UFC, lots of baked goods, and cycling around the city. If you're interested in seeing what Vancouver looks like from the back of a road bike ridden by some old dude, sit back and relax. This is Ride 202. Today is Thursday, October 20th, 2022. When I set out this afternoon, it was about 14 degrees Celsius. It's getting colder, and I'm again going with my heavier jersey for this ride. That was a good choice, though I did feel fairly warm at times and wondered if I had overdressed. For this ride, I decided to head south on Ontario to 10th Avenue and then west through the hospital area to 1st Street before heading north towards Granville Island. I want to ride the south side of Falls Creek to Kitts and then head south on Maple up the hill towards Shaughnessy. I plan to explore that area and hopefully get some great fall colors before returning north on Cypress. After that, I really don't know what will come next. that is Canuck Place. It is a hospice for terminally ill children, and it is sponsored by the Charitable Foundation for the Vancouver Canucks NHL team. The building was constructed in 1910 by the Canadian Pacific Railway. I've seen pictures of it many times, but this is the first time I've ever seen it in person. It truly is an incredible piece of architecture. I decided to head over to Manitoba Street and ride south to 59th and then east toward Earls. From there, I'll make the return trip by way of Vanessa Avenue through Trout Lake Park. I rode through there a couple of years ago and the fall colors were amazing. I don't know what happened, but the sun quickly disappeared and it got dark. That's a shame, but there isn't much I can do about it. That's just Vancouver weather. I was watching a YouTube video the other night by Lewis Scott. Lewis is a cyclist from Florida, and like me, he has his own cycling channel. While Lewis and I have never met, we both were in Italy last May cycling in Umbria with Inspired Italy and connected over that. Recently, Lewis's cycling club had organized an epic ride. While the riders were assembling, they learned that one of their members had just been killed by a driver not more than a block or two away from the meetup location. Lewis made the video in an effort to appeal to drivers to be more attentive and respectful to cyclists on the road. I've been thinking about Lewis's plea since then. I was intentionally hit by a driver 2 years ago, and from time to time I get cut off by drivers, including twice in my latest ride. That got me thinking about Lewis's plea and to take this opportunity to tell a story. I own a car, as does my spouse Andrea. Because we are fortunate enough to live downtown Vancouver, we don't drive much at all, which kind of sucks since I love driving. It's pathetic, but I really only drive once every couple of weeks when I head to Costco. On the last couple of trips, I encountered a cyclist at the same location, a section of Pender Street, which descends down to Beatty, where at that point I make a right-hand turn. On the first occasion, it was still light out, and I noticed a cyclist riding in a painted bike lane as I passed by him. When I got to Beatty, I checked my side mirror, saw the cyclist descending down the road, and decided to wait for him to pass. As the cyclist passed by, he looked over his left shoulder and waved. I could see the look of disbelief on his face. Waiting for him cost me about 4 seconds of my life. Last Thursday evening, I was again driving to Costco. This time, with the time change, it was really dark. I was stopped at a light at the top of the descent, and I noticed a cyclist at the intersection. He was dressed in black and had no lights on his bike. When the light changed, I proceeded to drive down to Beatty to make my turn, but before turning, I checked the side mirror and saw the vague shape of a cyclist riding down that little descent. I sat and waited, and the cyclist passed through safely. Now, I think we can all agree he was an idiot for riding at night dressed all in black and not having any lights on his bike. He can also thank me for noticing him at the intersection, since I doubt many people would have seen him actually riding down that hill, but I saw him and I waited. I estimate that cost me about 5 seconds of my life so he could pass through safely. The guy didn't even acknowledge me nor thank me for that sacrifice. I don't care. It cost me 5 seconds. I realize 5 seconds are important, and I'll add them to the several hours of valuable time I spent surfing the net, watching videos and TV, and God knows what other vitally important things I did that day. Please pay attention when driving and look out for cyclists along the way. Yes, we can be annoying and we can seem like we are interrupting your busy day, but as my story is meant to show, it really only costs a few meaningless seconds out of your day to safely accommodate cyclists.